$550K last year.
Team captain, midfielder number 26, Joe Cole!
Pacing quickly, it's Joe Cole. Cole able to win it, now a one-on-one. Shifting to his right, the goal is open, the shot is in! Joe Cole with a blast, and it squirts in!
Welcome back, Chelsea fans, to a very special episode from Tampa Bay, Florida. We're sitting here with the Rowdies captain, the former England international who hit that goal in 2006, and obviously a fan favorite of Stamford Bridge, Joe Cole. Welcome.
Hey guys.
First off, here we are in the United States, in Tampa. You're with the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Why the Rowdies? Why Tampa Bay? Why even maybe the United States?
Well, it's a good question. I mean, when I was sort of coming to the end in England, and I wanted an experience. I wanted to play some good football. I wanted to live in a nice area, and I wanted to be part of a project. And it just sort of fell on my doorstep, really. Like, my agent rang me up and said, "Tampa Bay Rowdies, what do you think?" And done my research. The guys here done a great job in selling the club to me. We came out with a family for a week to look at it. They asked me what they expected from me, and it was just you come here once. It's an amazing place. And Lee Cohen, who runs the club, and Bill Edwards, the owner. They sold me the vision, and I've loved every second of it. Great decision.
So in addition to being club captain, you've taken on some coaching responsibilities.
Yeah, coaching is something I've always wanted to do. The badges, I'm nearly through my A licence, which is probably as much as you can get done while still playing. I'm doing it today, for instance. I took the team, the lads who didn't play. We've got it videoed and recorded, and we send it back to my coach assessor, and he'll tell me what I did wrong and what I did right, and we'll go from there. But it's something I'm very passionate about. I'm a football man. I want to stay in the game, and I want to give back to where it leads me, whether I be a number one or a number two, or working in an academy. I don't know. I just know that it's my passion. So I love doing it. I enjoyed today. I loved it. Trying to get the best out of players. Because at the end of the day, coaching is just helping people, helping players become better.
Reach their potential.
Exactly, and that's something that I'm really. It's exciting, I love playing, number one, and it's a close second.
Continuing on with your career, so rewinding back to your days at Chelsea, which was a fantastic time. I guess to me, I'm just interested, like, what do you think on the pitch, the training ground, the locker room, that really helped you guys go from on a high trajectory to skyrocketing to one of the top teams in Europe?
The main thing I think helped us was the people talk to the player. Obviously, the quality of players that come into the building were better, and I think Claudio will say this as well. Your John Terry, William Gallas's, Frank Lampard, or the lads who were already there actually rose to the fore. We talk about competition for places, and I've talked to the guys about this before. So Frank would have seen them bringing in who would have come in at that time.
Thiago would have rolled down.
People like, they come in and it pushes you on. These guys, it pushes you on. You want to get better. And the competition for places was incredible. We were a massive squad. I mean, it was like a 23-man squad, which is pretty normal now. But back then, it was like you was doing well just to get a place on the bench. It was the standard was like everyone was an international, and I think we pushed each other as players. I think that was the main thing.
For the Rowdies, takes a shot, And Blake couldn't control. Another shot from straight on, and why not? It's Joe Cole.
You know, you've had 3 FA Cups, 2 League Cups, Champions League final, the Premier League 3 times.
Yeah.
As far as celebrations along the line, we're getting now an insight that we haven't had before with the cell phones and seeing the guys in the locker room celebrating. Yeah. But for you, when you look at your career, what was your favorite celebration and kind of the atmosphere around it?
I think your first one's always special. So the League Cup against Liverpool, such a dramatic game. I mean, it's seen as a lesser trophy out of the ones you've won, but it's special because it's the first trophy, and it was against the big rivals, and it was like just an amazing game. And it was in Cardiff as well, so like the bus ride home, we were just sinking a few beers, nothing crazy, you know. It was just, you know, and it was just a lovely feeling of satisfaction and accomplishment. And we went on the King's Road for an Italian, I can't remember the name of the restaurant now, but it was a lovely Italian. We had a lovely meal, met the families there, and that was it. And it sort of, all the celebrations sort of ended up on the King's Road in some restaurant or bar somewhere. And what a lovely place to celebrate! It's a beautiful part of London, and I mean, my family all from London, so I gate crashed. We had a few tickets were given out for the parties, and it was just, you know, going through the night. And just a great feeling of accomplishment.
Yeah, because I mean, the League Cup, that's the first trophy of the season.
Yeah.
Because it's not the end of the season where you guys can, you know, celebrate with the oversized Barclays bottle of champagne.
Oh, we did though.
Yeah. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah.
Good. No, it's good to hear. You know, like the first one is a special one because as we know, we've gotten to interview more players, and that seems to be the recurring theme because that's where it all starts.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that breeds so much extra desire of like, I need more.
Yeah.
Like, need the medals, need the trophies, like, keep them coming.
So it's 2005, 2006 season.
Yeah.
You're playing against Manchester United.
Yeah.
You perform a moment of magic to lose Ferdinand and Vidic and go ahead and score a goal, which I think, you know, you talk about the Sweden goal. I think that's one of my favorite goals I think that I've ever seen you score.
Yeah.
Walk us through that one.
Yeah, it was, like I said, that being a Chelsea fan as a kid, to win the league title against Manchester United on a beautiful summer's day like that, and to score a goal like that, and again, that's what Chelsea fans remember you by. Like I said, over 200, nearly 250 games, or nearly 300 games of Chelsea, and moments like that are just what it's all about. And I said I had lots of family in the crowd that day, and it's just a special day. That was just me playing. That was just park football, really. It was just, you know, you're trying to find a bit of space against the 2-3 defenders around you and wriggle out, and then when he hit the back of the net, that was when we knew the title party started. So real special moment for me and the club. It's an historic one for the club, so I'm so happy to be part of that.
Where would you rate that in your goal celebration?
Yeah, funny one, because when you scored down that end, I always, for some reason, I don't know, there's no plan, but I always run there. I could score in that end and I'll run to that corner, and I don't know why. I didn't know anyone in that corner, just sort of got sucked into that corner there, celebrate. I think that's where the subs are. The subs warm up there.
Yeah.
So
down.
you know, you got. I think naturally you sort of inclined to, you run there, so everyone's together, and that's that corner there, that corner and the opposite corner.
So we've seen Frank Lampard put out his Chelsea 5-a-side. If he could have picked any players in his 5-a-side, who would be on yours?
In goal will obviously be Big Pete.
Yep.
I mean, that goes without saying. He's the only goalie I played with. Apart from Carlo, who was very good as well, by the way, and he would actually be a very good 5-a-side goalkeeper because he's nippy. But Pete, fantastic goalkeeper. JT, you can't have a Chelsea team without him in it. At some point, he's a fantastic defender. Although any of the defence centre halves, Gallas, Carvalho, Ivanovic, these guys, Desai, I played with. Wonderful players, and it could have been them. I think the the backbone of my team was Frank and Makaleli in midfield. You know, perfect balance with them two, and Didier up front. I mean, that'd be pretty. I think you look at that's the spine of the team. That was the spine of the team, the great teams, and it's hard to say because it's any number of like 30, 40 players that could have made it, but I just think you'd have to pick all four of them for the longevity of what they've done at Chelsea.
So, kind of wrap up this section. If you had to pick out, you know, maybe from a Manchester United or a big rival, is there like a midfielder or a defender that you particularly enjoyed going up against, or that you got the better of more often than?
I used to like. I wouldn't say a player, but I used to love beating Tottenham because my you know, I've got a lot of family of Tottenham supporters, a lot of friends who are Tottenham supporters, so it was always sweet beating Tottenham. The rivalries sort of followed me through the whole of my career. You know, it's always been one that was a rival, so it's always sweet beating them.
Send a couple texts after. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah.
How was that goal?
Yeah, that was nice. Yeah.
Well, and you know, so you had the kind of the proposal to either join Tottenham or Liverpool, even Chelsea. Did you feel pressure from your family to sign for Tottenham?
The logical thing would have been to join Tottenham because Chelsea had run its course. They was going in a different direction. That was clear. My little girl was born, and with hindsight, you know, maybe I had options abroad, but we didn't explore them because my little girl was born. We wanted to stay in England. Tottenham was on my doorstep. Harry Redknapp was the manager, a great relationship with. It would have been logical to stay in London. I'm a London lad, but I just couldn't do it. You know, just something was just not something that I could do. Just go and play for Tottenham just didn't feel right. It would have been wrong. So it was Liverpool at then top clubs. You know, I wanted to still compete. I wanted to play, and Liverpool was there. And it was just like Liverpool's a good club. It was just was the wrong move. You know, the wrong move. In an ideal world, I'd have stayed at Chelsea for the rest of my career. But you know, you're a stock and a share, effectively.
You're more opinion on what's going on currently, or like with particular players. Yeah.
It's been a difficult time for the club, that's for sure. I'm glad that they've decided to do what they need to go so the club can move forward. I don't know too much about Sarri, only what I'm reading, and I think particularly it's his brand of football, which is something that they wanted to bring in for the club. I think it's important. The main thing, the biggest thing Chelsea can do this year is keeping Eden Hazard, and I think if we do that, we'll be okay. I think he's now coming into that stage where he's in the top 3 players in the world, and a big season from him next year, and we could win the title again.
So obviously, it is impossible to really talk about Chelsea of today without talking about Eden Hazard. Yeah. I mean, absolute wonder.
Yeah.
You know, most people give a lot of credit to Didier for making that phone call, but I'm pretty sure someone spent quite a bit of time with him at Lille that season beforehand.
Yeah, I don't like to take too much credit for that. But, I didn't get any money for it, that's for sure. No, I mean, he was a young player. People were asking me at Chelsea, obviously asking me about him, and I said the truth. I think he's brilliant, great lad, unbelievable talent. And he at the time would have been talking. He was talking at the Manchester clubs, and everyone wanted him. And I just said to him, you know, it was logical move for him. He's a family lad. London and Belgium are a train ride away. The club would love him. The fans would love him. I knew it was the right time to go. Jose would just come back, I think. And I feel he took him on to that next stage. And not took him on, Eden does it. Whatever Eden achieves in the game, he does it himself. He's a great player, but helped him to get onto that next stage. And I feel like there's another stage for him to go on now. After everything else he's already achieved in the game, I think he's... I've always believed in him. I think one day he'll be the crowned the best player in the world.
obviously we've talked about the biggest talent the club being Eden Hazard, but I mean the amount of miles you ran in a game and the effort was what probably a huge reason why fans loved, you know, the maximum effort. Who impresses you for kind of like doing that work in Chelsea's team today?
Kante is obviously the standout one. I think I think the fans appreciate him, but as Azpilicueta, for me, is the best defender in the league. I think he's fantastic. He'll be one of them players in 5 years' time. People will look back and admire him even more. He'll be one of them. Like any good defender, you miss them when they're not there, or you know, because they just do their job and get on with it. He's a fantastic player.
So one thing I've completely forgot, but has come back to me. So I love doing the Stamford Bridge tours, and you get to see where all the lads are sitting. Yeah. So who'd you sit next to, and what kind of like shenanigans or partnerships did you guys have? Did you guys pull out of pranks in that locker room?
Nothing for a family podcast, really. But yeah, I mean, I sat next to Frank there, and John was there. Ashley, was it like the English corner at Stamford Bridge? That's pretty much horrific, you know, making a snowman and putting it in people's cars and waiting for it to melt, things like that. You know, pushing people through double doors, corridors on shopping trolleys and wheelie bins as fast as you can. I shouldn't really be saying this. I'm trying to be coaching management material now. These kind of
you learn from these experiences.
And that's probably as clean. That's probably as safe and as clean of the things that we've done. But yeah, we had a great camaraderie, like I said.
Yeah, that's awesome.
There's nothing better, no better job in the world than being a football player. So I'm blessed, very lucky.
It's a great family environment, but obviously, Joe, we are so thank you for the time. Like I said, we are so excited to be able to come and sit down and just kind of reflect on a lot of the things you've done. But, you know, we're still really excited with the things you're still doing. You know, you are not done, and how us as Americans, you know, we are very proud of, you know, what's going on here as well, and for you to kind of realize the potential and want to be a part of that. Just as American fans, thank you for coming over
it's a privilege.
You know, absolutely adding your quality to soccer over here. So thank you.
No, thank you very much. I've enjoyed it.
Absolutely.
I've enjoyed the chat, and like I said, another prediction. I think America will be a big threat at the next World Cup. Not the next one, the one after that. I think you'll have a good team. There's good things happening here. As long as the fans keep coming out, keep supporting it, the kids keep playing, anything can happen, anything's possible. America will be a powerhouse in the game, I'm sure.
Fantastic. Well, everyone, get your Rowdies jerseys.
Yeah, come on.
Follow Joe on social media if you aren't, and the Rowdies. Come to a game in Tampa or if they visit you locally. But again, Joe, thank you so much, man.
Thanks very much, guys.
Cheers. Thanks, Jeff.
Appreciate it. Pleasure.